So I've been thinking about an interesting subject, and that is what are the most profitable tools that I have in my wood shop? And by profitable, I'm kind of using a loose definition of this word. So I made a list of the 5 things that I feel have been the most impactful investments in my wood shop and my business. And I'm going to share those with you. And these are in no particular order, but I did save the best for last. So definitely stick around. All right, so the first thing is my drum sander. I've done a whole entire video about this piece of equipment. It was one of the earliest large investments that I made in my wood shop a few years ago, and it saves time. It's not a miracle worker, but it definitely does save time. It really helps when you're like batch sanding like I am, a bunch of the same products over and over, and you're doing a lot of flat surfaces, which I'm definitely doing. And then I really like that it kind of has like that flattening effect because I don't have like a planer or a jointer or all these like extra tools where I can really perfect my wood. So if sometimes I'm working with material that's like a little bit wonky because I do work with a lot of pine, the drum sander really does an excellent job of like flattening, basically. And overall, I feel that the drum sander has just helped me to achieve just a higher quality end product by helping to keep things a little bit more uniform, I would say. Okay, next on the list, we have the palm router. So the first router I bought was that big, hefty Bosch router that comes with the plunge attachment. And it's great. I still have it. I never use it. I rarely use it. Sometimes I'll use it with like a circle jig to cut out circles, but now that I have the CNC, like I really never use it. But I felt like at the time, it seemed like that was the router I should buy. And it's just, for me, it's just too big and I just haven't like fully gotten into it. So then I went and bought a palm router, and that palm router has just been amazing. It's something that's so easy to grab. I can do a really quick, nice round over on my products, and I just love the palm router. I think it's amazing, and I think it can do so much. A little machine, but it can really do a lot. And if I went back, I would definitely start with the palm router over getting the larger router. I bought the portable router table. I don't have the router table anymore because I just never used it. And my bigger router just sits in the box and also never gets used. So probably at some point I may sell that, or I'll invest in some type of lift kind of contraption, which those look really cool. Don't know a lot about them yet, but I think that's coming down the line for me. So we'll see. Okay, the next thing is my CNC. I mean, the CNC just makes so much sense for the business that I do, just repeatable products that I can pretty much batch out. It makes so much sense. Now, if you watched my earlier video about my CNC and how much I spent on it, you know that I haven't really put this machine into full motion yet, but I'm definitely using it for some of my existing products. And it has made things a lot easier and more uniform for batching out products. And it's just the opportunities or the possibilities are endless with a CNC. So it's just a matter of how much time you can invest into learning the software and learning the full capacities of the machine. And I just haven't prioritized that, but this thing is great for my business, and it will definitely be a part of my business from here on out, I believe. So the CNC was a great investment. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna say would be the bandsaw. So there have been a lot of times in the past that I really spent a premium to get like the thinner pieces of wood. Again, I'm making a lot of really small products, so it's like I'm not always wanting to use like 1-bys and stuff like that. So I definitely have spent a premium to buy thinner stock, and now I have a bandsaw. So I have resawing capabilities, which is amazing, honestly. For the stuff that I make, it's so amazing. Like I should have bought, the bandsaw should have honestly been like one of my first tool purchases. It's just an amazing tool. I bought it from a good friend who I actually met through YouTube, and he has helped me out with it so much. I just love the bandsaw. I mean, the resawing capabilities for my business, it's like that alone, it's like one piece, something that I would usually use to make one product, like I can split that in half and I can make 2 products. And that right there is affecting my bottom line 100%. So I love the bandsaw. I love that I can do the resawing. I just love the bandsaw. And since I still don't have a table saw, the bandsaw is actually a really good alternative. The only downside is that rough texture that the bandsaw leaves behind. That's something that I'm still trying to adjust to because it definitely does take some work to sand that out. You know, if it's on the flat surface, then just running it through my drum sander makes pretty easy work of getting rid of it. But on the edges and stuff like that, like I really have to kind of go to work on the belt sander to get some of that out. So I would say that's the thing that makes me shy away from using the bandsaw for certain applications. But again, that resawing capability is just amazing if you're making small stuff. And it also feels like a very safe machine. Like it doesn't, for a saw that's cutting wood and really has a decent cutting capacity, it feels pretty safe. It's easy to just turn on. It's there. It's ready to go. You can make quick cuts. The bandsaw is wonderful. Okay, now I did say that I saved the best for last. The last thing, honestly, is the relationships that I've made in this woodworking business have been so valuable to what I'm doing. Just interacting and learning with and forming friendships with other woodworkers who have taught me so much skill-wise, so much about wood and materials and how things work and, you know, how to address different issues or challenges or ideas on making things more efficient. Just all of these different things. Like I've learned so much from this kind of handful core group of people that I've built up in the woodworking space. And that's just been totally invaluable to me. And even starting this YouTube channel, all of the people that regularly watch my videos and comment, like, it's so touching how helpful people are, because I'm by no means an expert and I'm so open to learning, and I understand that there's a lot of things that I definitely do probably entirely wrong or completely inefficiently. So I just love making connections with people and learning from people and just enjoying this woodworking hobby that we all kind of share in common. I think it's really fun, and I think that's probably honestly one of the best parts about getting into woodworking is that the people are so incredibly nice. And you know, it's good to have people to talk to when you're working on projects. Like people who aren't into woodworking, they don't get it. They don't want to talk about it. Like they don't, you know, and you don't want to just sit behind your computer screen and just be reading everything online. Like you want to connect with people and learn from their experience and just have fun talking shop, right? So I think it's great. I just think it's great. Just there's no substitute for having people to learn from. People that you can just call, you can text them, you can DM them. The people that I've met, it's really helped me to build confidence and branch out and try new things. I've started just dabbling in hardwoods because of some connections that I made in my hometown and people that are really pushing me beyond my comfort zone and helping me to learn and explore new things. So it's just, you know, who you surround yourself with is very important. And I'm so thankful that I've met such a nice group of people in this woodworking world. So thank you for being part of that, and I will see you in the next video.